ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सर्वनाविनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं हरिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादा सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखावितांश हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामीति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So how many of you have done Abhishekam to Srila Prabhupada before? Have you ever done Srila Prabhupada Abhishekam before? Not everyone, only a few. So it is also mentioned elsewhere that whenever you do Abhishekam, you are cleansing your heart. That way, whenever you get a chance to do Abhishekam, being born in the human form, one should not miss that opportunity. One should always try to do Abhishekam to the Lord of His pure devotees whenever you get a chance. Don't say that I am not qualified. We will never be qualified. We are doing the Abhishekam on behalf of our spiritual master, on behalf of Srila Prabhupada, the Parampara. So, this opportunity you should not miss. We will try to actually hear about Srila Prabhupada. How did he appear? Who is he first of all? Who is Srila Prabhupada? It's very difficult to understand the pure devotee. In the Srimad Bhagavatam it's mentioned there are two personalities. Very difficult to understand. One is Guru Tattva, another is Shiva Tattva. Lord Shiva, very difficult to understand. Same way, Guru also you cannot understand. Guru is very, very great, very difficult to understand the person. For progressing in spiritual life, we need one thing. Does anyone know what you need really? From your side, not from Krishna's side. From our side, what is one thing is very, very important? Huh? Laulyam. Yes, greed. One time there was a businessman. This businessman did not pay tax. He was cheating people. Because he was cheating people, one day he got caught by the king. So this businessman was very greedy. So the king ordered he has been punished. So this businessman did not want to pay money. He was greedy. So the king gave him a punishment. Punishment was 5 liters of desi cow ghee you have to drink. Option number 1. Option number 2, 500 lashes. You know lashes? whip, they'll hit you at the back, lash, 500 lashes, or 500 gold coins, fine, penalty. You decide what you want to have. So what did the businessman say? Deshi kaha milega, it's very costly, right? 5 liters that too. Aram, somebody is giving a what? Punishment. This is not punishment, it's enjoyment. He said, ghee. Okay, 5 liters, not 1 liter, not 100 ml. So first liter he took liquid ghee, not very hot, but liquid ghee. He drank. Halfway through he was feeling it very difficult. Then he continued that. After some time, he finished some more 1 liter. When the second liter came, he was not able to stand the taste of it, smell of it. The smell of the ghee was actually making him vomit. So, he said, but you have to take the punishment. 500 gold coins both ho jayega. I will just close my eyes. Some more take whiplashes. 500 ho jayega, घर जाऊंगा, बीबी बोल दूंगा, do something, massage karo, and it's painful. So he decided 500 lashes. Look at the greed. So they started hitting him with the lash. It's very painful. The children sometimes play with that, rope. Sometimes they hit. Right? It's very painful actually. So he started getting hit 30, 31, 32, 33, went on till 100. He was bleeding, but still he didn't stop. He went on. They were hitting him like anything. 150 over. Now I'm going to go. This is too much. I will die. I can't take this. But you have to take the fine. You have to pay. I will pay 500 gold coins only. So he paid the 500 gold coins. There was no other option. So look at the greed. He could have paid the 500 gold coins and peacefully gone home. He struggled to drink ghee. Then he actually got whiplashes. And also he had to pay the money. What is the use? But this kind of greediness, if you have it in Krishna's service, you will go back to Godhead. Meaning, I am so tired, I can't take it. But somebody is going to talk about Krishna right now. No, I will go and sit and hear. I want to do some seva. I am tired now, but I can still chant one round because I see all of them chanting. I will also sit and chant. So if you have that greediness to progress towards Krishna, if you have the eagerness to hear about Krishna, you will go back to Krishna. That's a qualification. But who taught all these things to us? Did we know all these things? Did we know really what is Krishna consciousness? Where is Krishna? And we have to become more greed, we have become more eager to hear about Krishna. Who taught us? Srila Prabhupada. So we are going to hear about this person who has changed our lives completely. Coming to the temple, in the Nectar of Devotion, it's mentioned by Srila Rupa Goswami. In Kali Yuga, going to temple is not important. You have to go to a place where Krishna Katha goes. But what is Krishna Katha all about? Krishna Katha is not just chanting alone. Krishna Katha really means instruction of Krishna that you are willing to follow. If you don't accept to follow Krishna's instruction, then you are not actually making progress. We come here, we hear about Bhagavad Gita, right? Sometimes we say Krishna tells to Arjuna, do this, do that. At least he tells him, surrender unto me. If we actually accept that and follow that principle in life, then we are making progress. It's mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto and 11th cantos, that finding a pure devotee of Lord Krishna, not a devotee of Lord Krishna, Uttama Bhakta, right, of Krishna is very, very, very difficult, very rare. It is said, if you know what is a needle, and if I put a needle in a haystack, you know what a haystack is? Haystack, hay means Busa? Dried grass. You know dried grass, that hullu? Hullu. Hullu. So that whole thing which you feed the cows, right? You have the place where all the grass is kept. Dried grass. Stacked up. That's called a haystack. And you drop your needle inside. The one. How easy is it to find that needle? That needle, as per the Bhagavatam, is the pure devotee of the Lord. To find a pure devotee of the Lord, you can find sadhana bhaktas, you can find devotees of the Lord, but you cannot find a pure devotee of the Lord. It's very rare to find pure devotees. So that needle is pure devotee in a haystack in this world. How difficult or easy is to find such a person? Practically impossible. But if the needle comes out and says, "Here I am," from the haystack, then it's easy for us. That's how Srila Prabhupada did it. He came out on his own. He went all the way to the Western world. He taught everything to us. He taught everything. We didn't even know how, what is Krishna, who is Krishna, where does he stay, how are we supposed to live, what is the food we are supposed to eat. Everything he taught us. He even taught the Western people how to wear dresses. We actually are very proud. But he actually taught them what is the dress they are supposed to wear. How are we supposed to talk to each other? So it's very amazing this person is. So this person is not a normal person. Ordinary people cannot go to the Western world where Maya's headquarters is there and then go and preach about Krishna. How many of you have preached to someone? How many of you told someone about Krishna to others? Doesn't matter, you have to sit here and give a clap. Generally, have you ever spoken about Krishna to anybody? Very good. How have they actually accepted whatever you say? This is India's condition. Prabhupada went to the Western world and convinced those people in Krishna consciousness, and they are teaching us. All the spiritual masters today, most of them are all Western bodied. They are from the Western world. How did he transform them? Unless he is empowered by Krishna, unless he is sent by Krishna, it's not practically possible. So, there is a background to how Srila Prabhupada appeared here. How did Srila Prabhupada come here? You will see that in the 1885, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, if you see in the Parampara, Srila Prabhupada is in the leftmost, then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, then Gaur Krishna Das Babaji Maharaj, then Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur happens to be Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's father. So he prayed and also predicted in the Sajjana Toshini magazine that there will be some person who will take this bhakti all over the world. And I see that people from France, England, Germany, America, all of them will come and stand together. Not only that, I will see that this Hare Krishna mantra, Harinam, will be chanted even in those places. This is predicted by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And Bhakti Vinod Thakur is an Acharya, and he predicted that this personality is going to come. And who did this first? Srila Prabhupada did this. And even before this, long back when Lord Chaitanya was there, Lord Chaitanya himself predicted. Lord Chaitanya said, across India, I will make sure that I will lose my weapon. What is Lord Chaitanya's weapon? Sankirtana Yajna. Yagnai Sankirtana Prayer. This chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. This is his weapon. So he said he will use his weapon and kill all the demoniac mentality in everyone in India, in Bharatbhumi. He predicted this. It will happen. So some of the devotees like Narada Muni asked, what about the people who are outside India? Lord Chaitanya responded back, I will, for those who have missed my mercy and run away from me, I will send my expert Senapati Bhaktas. He will go attack them, give them Krishna consciousness, make them Krishna devotees and deliver them. This was told by Lord Chaitanya, and that is Srila Prabhupada. Amazing, really. That means it's not an ordinary person, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada was a Senapati Bhakta, meaning Commander-in-Chief, Senapati of the Sankirtan army. Lord Chaitanya Sankirtan army is there. We are all Sankirtan army, part of that army, right? But we are small people. We are Sankirtan small rat, not Sankirtan Samrat. Right? We always sing, but not like Gandharvas, but Lord Chaitanya accepts us. So, all of them together, there will be one leader, and that leader for Sankirtan army is Srila Prabhupada. And this was predicted by Lord Chaitanya. So, Srila Prabhupada appeared in 1896, right after Janmashtami Day. Same tithi, right after Janmashtami Day he appeared, and it was called Nandotsav. Lord Krishna appeared in the jail, right? Lord Krishna appeared in the jail in the night. So the next day, they came to know that he was there. He had been lifted to Nanda Gokul, right? And Nanda Maharaj gave a feast to everyone. That was called Nandotsav. So on the day of Nandotsav, Prabhupada appeared. And Srila Prabhupada, in his early days, he was so nicely guided by his father to become a devotee. And whenever Srila Prabhupada's father, Gaur Mohan, there was a very simple cloth merchant. And most of the times when Prabhupada used to wake up, we used to see he is worshipping. Right? That was his mood. He was so focused in serving the Lord. And whoever, he used to invite a lot of devotees to his home, and he used to ask them, please pray to Srimati Radharani to bless my son. That he becomes a devotee of Srimati Radharani. Imagine which father prays like that. Right? Very strange. But then he was not an ordinary person. His father also was very great. That's why he was also like that. So, and then they did this chart, horoscope chart, astrological chart, and when they saw that after 70 years, this boy will go abroad and open Krishna temples all over the world. 108 temples. Imagine. And Prabhupada used to say, I was not aware, like 70 years, who will go? 70 years, life is very tough. We don't have the experience, but we have seen our father, mother, uncle, some of them are old, struggling quite a bit. 70 years, digestion becomes really slow, can't see much, right? It becomes difficult. In that kind of situation, who wants to go? And Prabhupada used to wonder, what is this all about? But who knows? Krishna has a plan. And you will hear about Srila Prabhupada later in his days, what he used to tell, who he is. Anyway, so he met his spiritual master in 1918, 1920. 1933 he got initiated. He got initiated in 1933 by Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur. And Bhaktivedanta Thakur gave order to all his disciples that take this Lord Chaitanya's movement abroad to English speaking world. And Srila Prabhupada was very inspired. I should actually do this. But he didn't know how to do it. He had no clue that he will be able to do it. He was thinking that I will do it, but he couldn't. So many of them said when there were opportunities to preach, they suggested to Bhaktivedanta Thakur, we should actually send him. Bhaktivedanta Thakur said, leave him alone. When time comes, he will do what he has to do. The amazing spiritual master telling, right? Srila Prabhupada heard this from Sridhar Maharaj, one of his godbrothers, that Bhaktivedanta Thakur said this. He said, how is it possible? I don't know. But I have a desire, sincere desire to actually, sincere desire to fulfill my spiritual master's instructions. Always remember one thing. Whenever Krishna appears, he does a pastime. Has he ever failed? He came at Nrsimhadev. What did he do? Killed Hiranyakashipu, protected Prahlad Maharaj. He came at Varahadev. What did he do? Killed Hiranyaksha and protected Mother Earth. Lord Ram came. He killed Ravan. Correct? Yeah. So whenever Krishna comes in any form, has he ever failed? Why did Lord Chaitanya appear? Why did Lord Chaitanya appear?
To kill the demonic mentality.
Demonic mentality of Kali Yuga souls. So will he succeed?
Yes.
You are all confident?
Yes.
He will succeed. He will 100% deliver all of us, on everybody who else for the next 10,000 years. We should have the confidence. But the bus will keep moving. Are you ready to climb the bus is the question. Till 10,000 years you have the opportunity to go back to Krishna. But we should be ready, eager to take that. He has given us the instructions. His instructions are his books mainly. We should read Srila Prabhupada's books. Little bit at least every day. Otherwise, someday later, you will write, what is your caste? You put no caste. Somewhere there is a Hindu, something. Under Hindu there are thousands of categories are there. You put one, right? Have you not filled for other form anything? You put no. You put like, Tamilian, something, some Iyengar, like that. You put ISKCON then. Only name you will be a devotee. Because you don't have any philosophical understanding. So you should read Srila Prabhupada's books. If you don't read, you can't go back to Krishna. Remember that. This is Srila Prabhupada's blood. Later you'll find one time, Bhavan Maharaj tells this. Srila Prabhupada was in Johannesburg, South Africa. So he was traveling, and when he actually traveled that place, he was going from Bombay, and in those times in the 1970s, there was something called yellow fever. Anybody heard about yellow fever? No yellow fever. I think I used to think yellow fever is jaundice. Right? I wasn't sure, but they said it's slightly different, the same liver problem only, but something different. So anybody who goes from this place, you have to take quarantine injection, so that you will not spread the disease to anyone else there. Right? And Srila Prabhupada was asked to take the injection. And Srila Prabhupada said, I will not. I am a spiritual master. Right? You should not. Spiritual master is supposed to be beyond the material world. He is not an ordinary person. So the devotees understood somehow, but then they said, no, then you have to stay for 1 week in a room with no windows, nothing. So Prabhupada stayed there. Instead of taking the injection, he said, I will stay in a room, but no windows, nothing. Have you ever stayed in a place where there is no windows? Not MS Windows. That also is difficult actually. You don't have a computer or a mobile, very difficult to stay in this world. But in general, have you ever thought about it? It's very difficult. You need some air, you need to meet people. He was not allowed to meet people. So one day, on one of those nights, he actually rang the bell. When he had a bell, small bell. In the olden days, he had this bell, and you click on it, it will actually sound. And the servant came in, Bhavan Maharaj. Prabhupada said, I didn't want to come here. So he was half asleep. 2 a.m. Bhavan Maharaj said, yes, Prabhupada. He rang the bell, he went inside. Prabhupada said, I didn't want to come here. So Bhavan Maharaj was telling, maybe he didn't want to come to Johannesburg. Said, okay, what to do, we have already come. Prabhupada said, I didn't want to come here, but Krishna forced me. Said, you go there, write those books. Rest of them, read these books, those who get attached to you, they will come back to me. I will make sure that happens. Right? So our mood is to get attracted to Srila Prabhupada. Understand who Srila Prabhupada is, what are his glories. The more you hear about the person, you will get attracted to that person. Right? So Prabhupada said this, that I came. Then Bhavan Maharaj actually, he's not talking about this place. He's talking about the spiritual world. Then it's an amazing thing. So this is what is given. That how does one purify their heart? And Srila Prabhupada gave us the easiest instruction and gave us the process with association of devotees too. Anywhere you go, you will have devotees of the Lord, especially ISKCON devotees. Any part of the world. And he gave us the process. So it's amazing. One time Srila Prabhupada was actually meeting some of the boys. In those days, the only main service was book distribution. How many of you done book distribution, Bhagavad Gita distribution to somebody at least once in your life? We should try that. It's an amazing experience because Krishna purifies you so much that you will not get that kind of nectar anywhere else. So he was talking to some of the boys, the Western boys, and said, like, what books are you distributing? They said Raja Vidya, and then they are distributing Back to God magazines, and then Bhagavad Gita. So Prabhupada said, very good. So what do they ask questions and what do you answer? So they got caught. They had not read those books. So they asked, are these yoga books? We said yes, it's yoga books. They asked, can I become rich? We said yes, it has everything to become rich. So Prabhupada started asking them, So have you not read these books? Said, no, Prabhupada. Prabhupada became angry. He said, I wrote these books for you people. It's not for just for distribution. It's for you people to go back to Godhead. This is my personal ecstasy. I'm sitting at 2 a.m. in the night. How many of you want to wake up at 2 a.m. in the night every day? And you're 70 years. Now only it is difficult. 70 years, I don't know how difficult it will be. But Prabhupada did that every day. 2 a.m. he'll wake up and then write these books. Why? He knows the way to go back to Godhead. He is already pure. Just to give us the message on how to go back. Because that's the time that he actually has the mindset to actually write those books. And Prabhupada used to read his own books. But he said, I didn't write these books, I'm just an instrument. It's written by the Lord. Otherwise, why would I read my own books? Prabhupada used to read his own books. So it's an amazing thing. And Prabhupada gave so many, in his day-to-day activities, he used to instruct people. Let me actually give you some examples. You like pastimes more? We all like pastimes more. So Prabhupada was actually talking to Shrutikirti Prabhu. Shrutikirti Prabhu said, he was very young, he was around 24, 25, he was his servant, Prabhupada's servant. And he used to come and tell Prabhupada, I'm finding it difficult to actually stay in the temple and not see any woman. Prabhupada said, that's natural, you're young, you'll have that kind of desires. Then Prabhupada said, what is the difference between the Vedic culture and the modern culture? Prabhupada said, even when I was saying I had desires. But we didn't have the guts to go and talk to anyone. That was the culture. It's not that men did not have desires that time. They had the desires. But they did not have they won't even think. If they see a nice girl, they will not have the guts to go and talk to that person. So no. What will others think? That was the mood. In this, your generation, is 1970 in the West, in the US. India was still better that time. Now it's bad. So, we would never go and talk, but you people will go and just talk to anybody and everyone, right? So that's very bad. So that was the difference between Asian culture, Vedic culture and now. So many instances like this, he used to give the message that made a lot of sense to us. How we should behave in this world. That will make us near to Krishna, right? Even his spiritual master was like that. His spiritual master was even more heavier in the instruction. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur was very heavy. Every time he gave a class, he used to give one very contradictory, very provocative statement. He used to say something like this. It is not that when you go to the temple, you see the Lord. The Lord sees you. He is a seer. That is why people say, no, I want to take darshan, They are foolish actually. It is not that you are going to take darshan. It's the Lord going to see you. So you have to behave in a way that the Lord wants to see you. He is the seer. We are the seen. Right? Same spiritual master also is like that. Spiritual master finds us. We don't choose the spiritual master. Right? And one time he said, a new person coming to the temple and ringing a bell once, he is far more advanced than somebody who opens hundreds of hospitals for people's welfare. Then, if you go and tell outside people, say, but realistically see, a person who is actually opening a lot of hospitals is helping the people, right? A person who is ringing the bell, how is he helping anyone? Difficult to understand, no? Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur used to actually give this, and he used to quote from all the different Puranas to justify why did he say that. He said, if somebody does ring the bell in a Vishnu temple, I qualify that, in a Vishnu temple, when you do that, Vishnu becomes pleased and you make a little bit of progress towards your eternal life. Not only that, when Vishnu is pleased, the whole world will be pleased. Yashmin tushte jagat tushtam. Prabhupada used to mention this. But if somebody builds a hospital and you are going to actually take care of people who are not devotees, ordinary people, their karma, you will get entangled. If you cure a person, you get karma for it. So, if you cure more people, you will get a little bit of the karma. Right? So you're getting more and more entangled. So which is better? Is ringing the bell is better or opening a hospital is better? That's what he used to say like that, right? But we have to understand this clearly. If you go and tell outside people to say, what, you guys are crazy, you're ringing a bell, how is it equal to some people, right? So we have to understand this. And Prabhupada never used to listen to anybody. He said, I have my spiritual master. He is an authority. And then most of the people in this world actually are not intelligent enough. So one time he was traveling to the west and he was going from Kolkata to the west via Bangkok. So in the Bangkok airport he actually had a stopover for 2 hours. So he felt very tired. He wanted to take a bath. So he asked Shuddhikirti Prabhu, can you give me my gamcha? Gamcha is a towel. And then give me the lota, right, for taking bath. He had a big lota, traveling lota, which is for taking bath. So he went to the bathroom and saw that there was no bathroom there. So he saw, I have to take a bath, I have decided. So he told Shuddhikirti Prabhu, I'm going to actually take a bath right here. So he went to the restroom. You have the tap there. You open the tap, took the water, put it on his head 3-4 times like this and said, I'm feeling fresh. Full water down. And the person who takes care of the toilets, right, she was looking, he was very angry. Prabhupada did not bother. So he came out and Shuddhikirti Prabhu was there. And then that person came and argued, what is this? You're what do you call it, dirty the whole place. It's a lot of work for me and things like that. So Shuddhikirti Prabhu asked Prabhupada, what do I do? Don't worry, you'll get some Kriti. He was doing some devotion that will let him do. So they worked off. So like that, Prabhupada never used to listen. Even he was starting the flights, they'll actually put that seat belt on saying, he will not wear it. And when they say it's going to land, he will get up, go to the toilet. He's going to put to Tilak and come, right? So he'll go to Tilak and come because he's going to actually go to the next temple. So he will not listen to anybody. So whenever they are taking off, he'll say, I am hungry, give me my prasadam. He'll open the tray. Prasadam like this. Prabhupada was like very difficult to handle. So many air hostess, stewards used to come and say, ask this old man to follow what he's saying. So Shuddhikirti Prabhu used to look at them and they used to say, they used to tell him, I can't control him. I can't control him. Can't do anything. So there are a lot of this because he used to travel in the flights. And whenever he used to travel in the flights, 1 or 2 servants will be there with him. So what he will do is, these 3-seaters, right? He will sleep. He will lie down fully, keep his leg like this outside and then sleep. And people who are going up and down, they can touch his feet, right? And those 2 people have to stand. They don't have a seat, they'll stand and they say, you have to sit. I don't have a place to sit. And then even in landing and take off, they'll have to sit, they have to hold tightly. Prabhupada used to actually leave them. So surrender is not easy, right? Surrender to the spiritual master, surrender to Krishna is very tough. But they used to do this and Prabhupada used to lie down and then he'll get up. Have you arrived? Then they'll be like, yeah, right. So there's like lot of things like that. So Prabhupada never used to follow these mundane instructions. And sometimes in the New York, right, there'll be one way. The car should not be parked and things like that. Prabhupada said, take me in this way. Prabhupada, you're not supposed to go there like this. Then they'll go like this, the policeman will come there. Someone will catch. And policeman comes and then says, you're not supposed to come this way. And then they'll roll the windows down. So the policeman will actually, who is that? I mean, you're not supposed to come there. When they see, oh, Swamiji, you can go anywhere you want. Yes, so how will this policeman know? Because Prabhupada had that power. And Prabhupada sees someone, their mentality, everything will change. They can't. The same thing happened when Narad Muni saw the Mrigahari. A pure devotee sees a person, the person's heart get transformed. So they used to allow, you can go. You can go anywhere you want. You're free to go anywhere. Prabhupada said, yes, thank you. Prabhupada was sharp, but then he used to walk with his head high, right? It's an amazing person. Right? One time, Prabhupada was giving a series of Nectar of Devotion lectures. You have heard about Nectar of Devotion, very nice book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. He was giving these lectures in Radha Damodar Mandir in Vrindavan. How many of you been to Radha Damodar Mandir? It's a nice place you should go. Where Rupa Goswami's Samadhi and all is there. So he was giving this lecture. And he was giving the lecture. Shrutikirti Prabhu was sitting. Shrutikirti Prabhu was a servant for a long time. Because he was very flexible. He had understood Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada said a first class servant, second class and third class servant. A first class servant is, he will see the person and see the fan. Okay. So the servant has to understand, if the fan is not running, fan has to be switched on. If the fan is running, fan has to be switched off. First class. Second class person is telling them, switch off the fan, switch on the fan. They will go and do it. Third class person is, you go and tell him also, he will not know. Ask for milk, he will get water, something like that, right? Prabhupada never, so Shrutikirti was a pakka servant, he understood what to do. So one time the morning class was going on, and in the open area there, because the village atmosphere, they use a lot of this cow dung. All the places, right? So many flies were there. He was giving lecture, and Prabhupada saw him, so he understood that the flies were disturbing him in giving his class. So he was doing like this, all this. It was disturbing so much. So he thought, okay, if I fan him, then the flies won't come. So he took a chamara. Chamara is the white colored yak. He took that, and he was fanning. He felt like out of the world, in front of all my god brothers and god sisters. Who will get this opportunity? I've been chosen one. He took his chamara and then he did like this. Like a deity, no, he's doing like this. Like this, he was doing this. And the flies were happy going around here and there. And Prabhupada was getting irritated. And then one of this, when he was doing like this, one fly got hit on the chamara fan and fell on his face like this. And then he was just going around. Prabhupada said, get someone intelligent here. Foolish guy, get him out. So he felt very bad because in front of all the god brothers, he was chastised, right? And there was one very eccentric devotee. His name is Kunja Bihari. This devotee. So this devotee is always does very different things. When Prabhupada comes from his apartment, he will throw flowers, say, Your Holiness, Your Highness, you coming from the spiritual world, come like that. No? He will do all these things. So he thought out of that. He didn't even ask. He pulled this chamara and he said, he was like creating a forest fire. Right? The devotee mentioned, in Vrindavan town, if there was any one fly, it would have died. That much force he was creating. Right? It was like big storm was coming like and Prabhupada saw him and he was like, even the papers were flying. Prabhupada said, all the devotees were like, oh, this fellow of all the people. He is getting the smile. And we are all following all these things. We are able to get that. And Shrutikirti mentioned, it was funny. It was like, even in Vrindavan, if there was any insect sitting at his home also, he would have left Vrindavan and ran away because of this fellow. Because he was fanning it like that. He was like really doing it so much that that Prabhupada felt very happy that the flies are no longer disturbing him. He was continuing with his class. So that's the mood of serving the spiritual master. We have to understand how to serve Prabhupada. If he asks us to do something, we should know what is the reason behind serving him, and we should do serving nicely. Not just think about what will others think and things like that. Many times we do that. Right? One time one devotee asked Prabhupada, does the spiritual master know everything? This person made a mistake. Okay? He was very scared to go in front of Prabhupada. So he asked Prabhupada, does the spiritual master know everything? So Prabhupada said, no, only Krishna knows everything. Then he felt very happy. Okay. Then immediately he said, but spiritual master will know whatever Krishna wants him to know. So you chant your 16 rounds properly every day. Don't chant 3 rounds every day. Because you are not chanting. Yeah. You are chanting only few rounds. You are initiated. You are not chanting 16 rounds. Right? Prabhupada said, don't chant only 3 rounds. Chant 16 rounds also. Right? That means spiritual master will know everything that Krishna wants him to know. That's a mood, right? Another time, Prabhupada was in this place called Caracas. This place is called Caracas, is Venezuela, Mexico area. So he was there preaching. He was there for about 3 weeks there. A lot of nice interactions there. Because Prabhupada felt this place is like India. Like all this coconut trees and things like that. Very nice, he said. So there, the place was a lot of mosquitoes, has a lot of mosquitoes. So, interestingly, Prabhupada was giving the class and all of them are hitting like this and things like that. Prabhupada was sitting like this. So, Prabhupada's servant and one of the local devotees there, I think Gauranga Das, he came and asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, there are so many mosquitoes in this place. Prabhupada said, I don't know, I didn't get any mosquito biting me. And then his servant Shrutikirti Prabhu tells him, Prabhupada, because you are a pure devotee. Oh, acha? So mosquitoes know them? In India, they don't make that difference. They bite everyone. Interesting, like, no? There it was not biting him because he said, if you are a pure devotee, you won't get mosquito biting. He said, in India, they don't distinguish. They bite everyone there. Very funny, Prabhupada was very, Prabhupada was very humorous. Although he was very grave, very heavy in giving instruction, but everybody could actually go and approach him and talk to him. That was his mode. So we are his grand disciples. So he is very merciful grand disciples. Once there was a devotee, and this devotee wanted to cook something for Prabhupada. He never cooked. But he learned and he wanted to make something. So Prabhupada said, he told his servant Tamal Krishna Maharaj that time, okay, get me something to eat. So he went and told him to cook something. So he made upma. That's the only thing I know. Very easy to make, so he thought I will make it. So he made that and then gave it to his servant. His servant brought him the bowl. Prabhupada actually put his hand and then ate a little bit and he just kept it like this. Right? And so Tamal Krishna Maharaj took that whole bowl and took and gave it to him. Prabhupada didn't eat this. So this devotee was broken, heartbroken. I made with all my devotion. Only service I got in my life, I actually made this for Prabhupada. He didn't eat this. He goes to Bhakti Srila Thakur, Srila Prabhupada's Guru, sits in front of him and cries. I am unqualified first of all. I am not actually born in a nice family. And I got this seva to do to Prabhupada and I couldn't please him. What is the use of my life? So he was crying like anything. Nobody knew this. Srila Prabhupada called Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Where is the upma? Bring it. But Tamal Krishna Maharaj was roaming around and found where is this devotee. He said, is the upma still there? He said, yes, give it. Prabhupada said, very fast, quickly ate everything. And then said, call the devotee who made this. And the devotee was very scared. First of all, he rejected. After that, he ate off everything. What is going to happen? So he came. Prabhupada said, did you make the upma? Yes, Prabhupada. And it's nice. But whenever you make like this, you come and tell me. Don't go and tell me spiritual master. If you have any problem, you tell me. Don't inform my spiritual master. Right? So, that is how the parampara works. For us, Srila Prabhupada is a grand guru. Right? So, we are very, very fortunate to actually have Srila Prabhupada's instructions, his disciples with us. We are very fortunate. Because he's always, we know, right? Grandfather is more affectionate to the grandchildren. Like that, we are his grandchildren. So, he is very affectionate to us. So, any kind of problem we have, we should actually go and tell him. He will have a solution for us. So, he will never let us go. So, we should have understanding that. And Prabhupada, some few other pastimes, we still have some more time. Prabhupada said, don't heat the Mahaprasad. One time he just reached Los Angeles, and when he reached, the cook had not arrived. Prabhupada had a party. He had a cook, he had a secretary, separate person normally. He had a servant who used to travel with him. And he had a traveling secretary who will arrange his travel and things like that. These are the full party. And a Sanskrit editor. So, because he translates books, so you'll ask sometime what is the meaning of this, look into the dictionary and tell. So this is a full gang, you'll go with them. Sometimes you will go with the servant, the rest of them will come later. The cook had not come, so Prabhupada asked, what is there ready to eat? They said, we have to cook for you, Prabhupada. He said, okay, get me Mahaprasad, whatever was offered. So they thought Mahaprasad was offered in the afternoon, so it is cold, right? So they started heating. Prabhupada said, why is it taking time? He said, they are heating it up. He said, so never heat Mahaprasadam. Take it as is. It's Krishna's mercy. It's not for your taste. It's Krishna's mercy directly given to you. Just take it as is. Don't find fault. Somebody might find some salt less in that. Eat it like that, because for you that is a medicine that Krishna is sending you. If there is more salt, eat it like that. It's Krishna's mercy basically. It is not something for your tongue. It is medicine sent by Krishna for you specifically. So you should accept it as is. Don't eat, he said. So that was the instruction. Other time he actually was in this Laguna beach, which is close to Los Angeles. So when he reached the temple, Shuddhakirti Prabhu got a book, started making puris and things like that. And then he brought him very quickly, within half an hour he brought him and gave him Prabhupada. But he didn't make any sweet. Prabhupada asked, there is sweet available? So he said, no Prabhupada, I didn't got get the time. So okay, give me sugar. So he got sugar, he took this and ate it. And on the same temple, on another day, they didn't have sugar. They were using honey. So this devotee actually added honey and then gave milk to Prabhupada in the night. Said, where is sugar? Said, sugar is not actually good for health, Prabhupada. One sannyasi said that. Said, not be good, but Krishna loves sugar. All these health products that you are thinking of eating, all these things, you don't offer all these things to Krishna. Krishna likes opulent food. And when he eats and gives it to you, it is Mahaprasad. It's a medicine. Take it as is. Nothing will be affected. Imagine. So these days people don't understand these things. They say, no, I am very health conscious, or too much of ghee, I can't take this. Don't be like that. It's Krishna's mercy, take it as is. If you actually do all these things, mercy which is going to come from Krishna, you are putting a block to it. Getting it? Right? Another time, Srila Prabhupada actually, in Vrindavan, you have been to Vrindavan? Anybody here in Vrindavan? Vrindavan you should go. If you have pigs and all, monkeys will carry, mobile phone monkeys will take, right? Specs it will take, then chappals and all it will bite, right? So Prabhupada's chappal was bitten, nicely bitten. So somehow the devotees actually ran behind the monkey, the tooth thrown, like something and all. Something or other, they did and got the chappal back. Prabhupada said, what is this? Prabhuji, your sandal. So monkeys actually put, okay, I'll wear it. So he was wearing it. So once he visited one of the life member in Mumbai, he said, what kind of chappal is this? Half chappal is not there. And there was a whole thing there. And they said, because the monkeys in Vrindavan ate it. So he said, don't worry, I will get a better chappal. So he ordered some chappals. So Prabhupada accepted them. But he told his servant, I can't wear this, it's leather. Devotees don't take anything in leather. They don't wear leather chappals. Right? So that was the end of the chappal. The chappal went off. So when another time he went to New Vrindavan, in New Vrindavan they made a separate sandal for him. And Prabhupada never used to, he had his own schedule. He had a canvas shoe in the morning for morning walk. Then he had a sandal for going to the darshan. Like that he had different time, different chappals. So he always used to have something in his own. He never used to be barefoot except offering obeisances. Right after offering obeisances, he will wear his chappal and goes to sit for the Bhagavatam class. Right? So that was his mood actually. He never used to be without chappal. I think we are almost on time. Okay. I'll tell one more story. We have lots actually you can tell. One time Srila Prabhupada was training all the sannyasis together. He took all the sannyasis together in a morning walk to Los Angeles beach. And then the LA beach, the place is called Beverly Hills. The Beverly Hills is actually a very rich area. It's like our Bollywood all-stars, like Hollywood stars stay there. Very rich personalities stay there. Each will be like a resort, each house. So Prabhupada said, who wants to go and preach inside? All of them said, Prabhupada, we'll go. Okay. So when you see a person coming out of that, what will you tell him? One big car was coming out. So he said, what will you tell this person? So all the devotees got scared. If Prabhupada will allow them to tell them something, right? So one of them volunteered. Prabhupada, I will go. Said, what will you tell them? I will tell that we are coming from ISKCON. We are actually Krishna devotees. And then we are actually doing social service. So we want some money from you. Said, no. That's not what you should be telling. So everyone tried, said nobody succeeded. The Prabhupada said you should first, as soon as they open the window, you should say you are a thief. Because you are actually taking much more than what is allotted to you. Whatever is allotted to you, you are not using it. You are taking more than what is allotted to you. Remember that shloka in Upanishad? One should actually accept whatever is destined, whatever is allotted to him, leaving aside whatever is meant for others. We know what we are talking about. For example, if rice actually is fallen on the road, all the small birds will carry something and go away. If we go and see if nobody is there, the whole thing will come inside home. Right? So that's not the right thing to do. We should understand it. Krishna will send us everything. So that's how we used to actually teach people on a day-to-day basis. Practical examples is to give. Right? Prabhupada never liked people will say, okay Prabhu, I never liked. He said, you think. One time in the morning walk, he was actually going around, and then he said he saw one big house. Said, one day for Krishna we will have a house like this. All of them said, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. They were going on. A little further he went, he saw a big Plymouth car. Plymouth is a very big car. That time in the US it was there. You don't get that here. He said, Jai Prabhupada, you'll have it for Krishna. Yes. Then after some time, one fellow was actually carrying a big dog. The dog was coming. So, coming like this. So Prabhupada saw that, and one day he was showing this game. We'll have a big dog like this for Krishna. Jai Prabhupada, yes, Jai Prabhupada. Prabhupada actually put his cane down and said, rascals, why do you need a dog? What do you need a dog for? What are you going to do with the dog? Prabhupada actually think properly. Just don't say yes for everything I'm telling. Right? Prabhupada never liked that. Right? So, this is actually a kind of a rare opportunity. Right? Say one pastime and then we'll continue with the next program. In the last days in 1977, November 14th, Srila Prabhupada disappeared. Before that, around the October end times, there was one very, very powerful South Indian astrologer. He was a priest also. His name is Bhattacharya. So he wanted to meet Prabhupada. So he went to Bombay. Prabhupada was in Bombay in June, July. So when he went and met him, so Prabhupada was lying down. He said, thank you for coming and seeing me and things like that. He said, I want to tell you something. I want to tell you Prabhupada something. He said, but I want to tell you with nobody around me. Prabhupada said, okay, they are all my well-wishers. You can tell whatever you want in front of them. Prabhupada, Swamiji, I want to tell you, they are worshipping a picture. Whenever somebody worships another's picture, they will take the karma of everyone who is worshipping. I wanted to tell you that. He was a big astrologer, very powerful astrologer. Prabhupada said, I know that someone has to take care of these conditioned souls. Without somebody providing the mercy, it's not possible for them to go back to Krishna. So I'm willing to accept and suffer so that they can make progress towards Krishna. Imagine who can actually do this. Prabhupada knew he's going to suffer. Still he accepts, even now he's ready to actually accept our difficulties and guides us. But of course, we should not take him for granted and then still commit the same mistakes and saying that he will take it. That's not the right attitude. We should actually accept he's come, he's given us these instructions, read these instructions, associate with devotees, and then make progress towards serving Krishna. Right? So then he will be pleased, and when he is happy, then we can make sure that we'll go back to Krishna. Right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Abhibhav Mahamahotsav ki jai. So now we'll actually do Arti, Pushpanjali. Pushpanjali do at the end. First we'll do Arti. Guru Arti we can sing. Sri Guru Charana Padma.